Hello, 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 YouTube. Doing this special live video just for you. Post your comments, your questions, or suggestions down below as I come to you live. This live video, very early in the morning. Annabelle commented, does that say 4:17 in the morning? Yes, I am here bright and early for you in this empty, beautiful gym. Coming to you live, and it is 4:17 in the morning right now. So make sure you post your questions, your comments, your suggestions. I'm gonna have a way for you to win, to get access to some next level information just by you participating in this live broadcast. So I'm gonna do a couple sets here for you. I know we're all about the training here. Let's see. All right, guys, in this video, I'm going to talk about warming up properly. I'm going to talk about old school versus new school nutrition and how I formed it into what I call MANformation nutrition. And I'm going to talk about your parachute personality. For those of you who are here for more than just the muscles, you're all about MANformation, your personal development, becoming the best you could be, both inside and outside of the gym. I'm talking about your parachute personality. And talk all about that. You may be doing this without even realizing it, and then you're wondering why you're not getting the best things in life. You're defaulting to what I call parachute personality. All right, so during this live broadcast, I'm going to talk about warming up properly, effectively, and efficiently. I'm going to talk about old school eating habits, new school eating habits, and then the perfect fusion of them both, what I call MANformation eating habits. I'm going to talk about your parachute personality. You want to make sure you're not doing this. You want to make sure that you're not doing this if you are trying to get to the next level, have the best options in life. All right, show some muscle here. So glad to be with you here today. I know as I establish this, these live videos here on YouTube, the vast majority are watching this on a replay version. That is okay. Just so glad that you're even here, entertaining what I have to say. All right, so let's talk about warming up properly, effectively and efficiently. You know, one thing that you got to remember about warming up the muscles, you want to spend as little time as possible warming up. You want to use as little of your energy your strength warming up. All right, so that means the fewest amount of warm-up sets, the fewest amount of reps during those warm-up sets, and the lightest weight you can during those warm-up sets, right? You want to save all that hard work for the heavy, intense overload sets, because that's what's going to create the growth. That's what's going to stimulate the muscle growth, right? And at the same time, of course, why do we warm up? We warm up to be physically ready. We don't want injuries. We want to prepare ourselves to actually lift the heavy overload weight. And it's just not a physical thing. It's a mental thing. It's an emotional thing. We got to be prepared. We got to take ourselves through the process. But the key here is you want to do the least amount of work in the least amount of time. You want to save all that for the heavy overload sets. And the biggest mistake sometimes when we get into training, and sometimes it carries on long after we actually are more established, is that what we'll do is we'll start just say we're training back. So of course at the beginning we warm up, we take ourselves through whatever it takes, I don't know, 5, 6 sets, right? And sometimes we go 12, 15 reps, each one making sure that we're warmed up, whatever it takes for you to be mentally and physically ready for the sets, whatever it takes, right? But keep in mind, you want to do the least amount of sets in the least amount of time, least amount of weight, just to get warmed up. You just don't want to go through an automatic process where you're doing all this weight, all these sets, all these reps, right? You want to be efficient with that because you save it for where it really matters. Right, here's the other thing too, is that you want to make sure that after you do that first warm-up set, let's just say for back, that first warm-up set of sets, you know, that group of sets to be warmed up. When you go to the second exercise and the third exercise and the fourth exercise, you don't need to warm up anymore. You should be mentally ready, you should be emotionally ready, and your back should be warmed up. Now, we'll talk about it a little bit, but sometimes exercises are just different. You're awkward with them. You just need to get, you know, prepared for the movement, but your muscles are warmed up, right? So for those, what I call them mental preparation sets, where you just visually go through the exercise. You can even do that without weight, but you don't want to continually warm up, all right? So some things to think about as you go through this process of warming up. Remember, you want to keep all that energy, all that time. You don't want to waste it. You want to save it for the heavy sets. All right, so now I want to talk about nutrition. So many of us, we struggle with our nutritional habits, right? It's the biggest challenge for most of us. We want to work hard, we want to build muscle, we love training in the gym, just can't get our nutritional habits down, all right? You know, throughout my years, that's something that I worked hard on. When you master your eating habits, you're going to master your body, and I think you know that. And so I went through the process, reading the magazines, studying from some people, really knowledgeable people in bodybuilding and training, and executed those. Becoming a 6-time national champion, drug-free bodybuilder. Still, a lot of those disciplines, those strategies that I learned, I incorporate every single day. That's why I'm here, still here with you, training hard at 55 years old, looking this way, because of my eating habits. Here's the thing is that there's a lot of new school habits, so old school and new school. So when I retired from competitive bodybuilding, where it wasn't everything in the world for me, I wanted to expand my life, I started executing and implementing the new school habits. I didn't stay old school. And I found all the things that worked well, that made eating easier. And, you know, I found out what this way of talking was just a different mindset. So I really dedicated myself from the new, younger guys, the new school philosophies, and I incorporated what works, new school training philosophy. So I have the perfect fusion between new school and old school, what I call MANformation Eating Habits. If you want to know, right, you're a man, you're driven, you want to eat right, and maybe the techniques that you've learned, the strictness, all the timing, all the meals, you just can't do it. You understand it, maybe you've done it when you were younger, it just doesn't work. I understand that, because it would work, but you just can't dedicate your life to that, right? And you want more effective and efficient strategies. I want you to post your comment down below, say, I want some of that new school, old school MANformation training eating philosophies, because I have this audio cassette, this audio recording of what I did. So this is for an hour long. I just talked about what it takes for you to eat right. And I did that about 8 years ago. It was all of my years, right? And what I've done recently is I studied that recording backwards and forwards. And I incorporated all the ways that make me look this great at this age, yet I'm more effective and efficient with my time, right? To live a more balanced life with business and family, things that I wasn't focused on when I was a bodybuilder, right? And still look great. So if you want these MANformation next level eating strategies, right? This old school fused with new school, this MANformation eating habits, you want this audio recording. That's going to explain to you backwards and forwards in very simple and effective ways. Post a comment down below, say, I want that. I want those eating habits. That's my challenge too. Post it in the comment section. I'll reach out to you, or send me an email at skip@skiplacour.com. All right. One more thing I want to talk to you about, a lot of men who want to take their lives to the next level, right? And it's what I call this parachute personality. It's something that you definitely don't want to do, right? It's like, you know, what you do, you want to be the man. You want that respect. You're the authority. You've got a lot of great things to share, right? But you just can't break through. You can't be heard the way that you want. Many men, I deal with men all the time, one-on-one, coaching, go through their lives. Without knowing it, they default to this parachute personality. This parachute personality is like a blend between who they want to be, how they want to share their passion, knowledge. They want to be respected because they've got great value to offer. And it's a blend between that and, without knowing it, just in case they fail. So I'm going to explain this parachute personality. It's in my special series. So I do a lot of muscle tips here, right? I know our passion is bodybuilding training, right? And then I've got a special video series just for the more dedicated guys. I know this MANformation. I know I'm intense. I'm really about becoming the best you can be, both inside and outside the gym. I know that everybody isn't like that. Just a few. If you're like me, one of those dedicated, hardworking guys who want more in all areas of life, then you want to be a part of this MANformation Crack the Code video series. But you got to reach out to me. Send me that private message, direct message, send me an email at skip@skiplacour.com or comment down below, and I'll get you in on this video series, MANformation Crack the Code. And I'll explain this parachute personality because I want to make sure that you're not doing that without knowing it like a lot of guys. All right, have a great day, have an outstanding day, have an awesome day. Think big and think bigger than getting bigger.